Number 1, explain how the top 5 branches and the first number in each outcome on the table are similar. The top branches and the first numbers all represent the first draw of the set of flashcards. So what the problem is asking is that Dan and Sophia are choosing cards at random from each set. So the first row in the tree diagram and the first number in each outcome is representative of the first draw, the first time they draw a card. Number 2, Asma said that if Sophia needs to pull 2 even cards to win, she still has a greater chance of winning than Dan. Explain Ashma's error. Ashma's mistake was that she did not take into account that there are more odd numbers than even numbers in each card set. Since there are more odd cards, there are more favorable outcomes of pulling 2 odd cards over 2 even cards. The probability of pulling 2 even cards is 4 over 25. This is less than Dan's probability of winning, 1 over 5. Number 3. Susie is playing a game in which she tosses a coin and rolls a number cube. If she wins if she tosses heads and rolls a number greater than 4. Complete the table showing the possible outcomes. So we're going to fill it in. We have heads and 1, heads and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again with tails. Tails 1, tails 2, tails 3, 4, 5, and 6. So for Susie to win, she needs to roll a head, so we're only going to look at the heads column. And she wants to roll a number greater than 4, so it has to be 5 and 6. Our probability is 2 over 12. It's 2 because she has to roll a 5 or a 6. It's 12 because there's 12 possible outcomes, which reduces to 1/6. Number 4. Marcus is playing a game in which he tosses a coin and spins the pointer on the spinner. He scores 10 points if he tosses heads and spins a B. What is the probability that Marcus scores 10 points? So we can set up a similar chart. We can do heads with letter A, heads letter B, heads C, and heads D. And same thing with tails. Tails A, tails B, tails C, and tails D. So for him to win, he needs to toss heads and spin a B, so that's 1 out of 8 possible spins. Number 5. A family has 2 children. What is the probability that the family has 1 boy and 1 girl? Draw a tree diagram to represent the sample space. Then identify the probability. So we're going to draw the tree diagram. You can have a boy or you can have a girl. And then the second time you could have a boy or a girl. So for them to have both 1 boy and 1 girl, that would be 2 out of the 4 possible outcomes, which reduces to 1/2. There are 4 possible outcomes, and 2 of them result in 1 boy, 1 girl. You can have a boy first and then a girl, or you could have a girl first and then a boy.